Welcome to my market update video. I'm going to talk about the price of Bitcoin because we had quite some bearish momentum. So let me be honest with you because I don't like people who bullshit you all the time, pretend being traders when they are not, and tell you that they are right when they are wrong. So I want to be transparent with you, and I'll tell you straight away. I just did get two of my speculative position liquidated. So I was wrong. I admit it. I was wrong. I thought we were impulsive. We were not, at least not in the right direction. And I paid the price for being wrong. When my TA sucks, when I'm not up to it, when I'm under what I should be, when I make a wrong call, I pay for it. I lose money because I'm an active trader and I'm in the market, and that's just what happened. Sometimes it happens. Right now it did. So I had two positions, one after the other, that did get liquidated just a couple of hours or minutes ago, shortly. And that being said, we are going to take a look at the price of Bitcoin, and I'll tell you what my 8-wave count is right now, because the last one was an impulsive count upside, and that was not the case. I now, because the rules were not respected, I now know that we are negative, that we are still bearish. So this is the longest second wave that I have seen in the history of Bitcoin, and it surprises me, and that's why my position did get liquidated, because I was bullish and the market went bearish. Anyways, that being said, I'm going to show you the new counts which are up to date, and we'll talk about what the market should do from here on. So let's move into screen share. And firstly, please look at my disclaimer. And if you need some help with trading, even if my last call was bad, there's my services. You look under my service, the link is in the description. And I have a special mentorship offer with a 60% discount, and also the normal one-on-one coaching if you're interested. And that's for English. And here's my French disclaimer. So there are risks involved. And that's just what's happened. That shows you that I'm not bullshitting you, that I know what I'm talking about, and that I live the market every day of my life, for now, at least, until I quit. But that's not happening anytime soon. Here's my disclaimer in German. So if you take one of my sessions, we can talk French, English, or German, as you pleased. And now let's look into the charts. So this is my monthly outlook of BTC. It's the most important outlook. And I thought that wave 2 would end here. And now, because of the smaller time frames, I still think we are actually right now in wave 2. And we can look at last wave 2s. They never were that important. That's what surprised me, and that's why my position did get liquidated today, because I did not expect it to be that long. Already wave 2 ending here, where I had it last time, was already extremely long. Because if you look at wave 2 here, it was short. Wave 2 and wave 4 are similar, we will say for now. But they are both short on the last bull market. And before that, they were both quite short. At least this one was a little longer, and that is the closest we get right now. Wave 4 is close to what we have now. But even then, this is much more. is much more extended. This takes much more time, even if I compare it to this. So this is by far the longest wave 2 correction in Bitcoin's history. And it totally surprises me. It is beyond what I could expect. So, and that's the main reason why my position did get weakened, because I was really looking for the end of wave 2 and the start of wave 3. And I thought that that would have happened here, where I have my mouse pointer right now. And now I'm waking up and I get the news that it's not the case, that we are still in wave 2. So we're gonna see when it could stop, and if it's still possible that we get a wave 3 afterwards, as I'm showing you here on my chart. I have to drink my coffee as long as it's still hot. So if you look at the weekly chart, we are now correcting for more than 2.6. We are close to the 3. So we needed to get 3 times more time correcting than rising. And that's surprising. It's not what normally happens. It's an extremely, extremely long correction. Too long to be normal. And here you have what's happened on the 1 hour chart, and you see something impulsive rising. So as you know, I flipped the chart just to show you that we are now impulsive, but on the wrong direction. So that's an impulse wave, but it's pointing up. And if we look at the chart, not inverted, but normal, you see this. And we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. So could that be the end of the correction? Yes, it could. But there's no way to tell you until I see an impulse wave up. So I need to see what I see down. I need to see it up. So what I see here, I need to see it like this. I need to see that rising. As long as I don't see that rising, there's no way of telling that that the correction ended. So it could have ended at what I put here, the Y point, the end of wave 5, but it also could not have. I'm not sure because it's so extended, it's so long. Anyways, because look, if that correction is so extremely long, it will end sooner or later. So since it did not end until now, the probability gets higher that it will end now. But it is surprising, disconcerting that this correction did take that long. So as you can see, we are corrective. We are in this correction since here, and I can label it. That's my last label of the correction after seeing what happened just today. So my last label of the correction is that we maybe had corrections are extremely hard to label, and what I tell you now can be wrong. Okay, I was wrong before, I can be wrong again. There are people who think that it's impossible to label a correction. I give my best shot to you, my best outlook, but in that case we have W, X, Y, X, and now Z. And if that's the case, the correction could end here. Well, it can take some time and it could end later too. So in the best case scenario, it ends here. The only thing that's a little surprising is that it would be a short that from X to Z, it's quite short. It doesn't take too much time, but that's the best I can give you. And if we look here, we have an A, B, C, and well, let's start here. There was a W, X, Y, X, Z, and then here again, W, X, Y. So I think we stop at the Y, but I don't know. It's impossible to say. Anyways, if we go back to the 1 hour chart, what we need now is that, of course, wave 5 holds, and that's the end of the correction. And there's no way of telling you with certainty. The only thing I know is that if we keep dropping, I will get liquidated once more, because I still have an open position, and that will get liquidated too. Those are speculative position. It's not my DCA. And well, I took risks. I thought I thought up here we were positive. I showed you a triangle last time. It should have broken up in the upside, and that's what it did. It did it here. That was a triangle. It did break up to the upside, and then it reversed, and we had get that huge downward momentum, which was really surprising. So the correction is over if that point holds. If we don't go below 7,685, then the correction is over. But there's no way for me to tell you. And before that, I did label something an ABC. What did I label? Well, I did label this one. This is now an ABC, but before that, I did label it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that was wrong. And that's the reason why my position did get liquidated, actually, to be precise, because my TA told me that now I have an ABC, but before that I thought it was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I thought that was wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could have been, but it was not the case. And since it was not impulsive, this point which was my stop loss, because if that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then this is wave 2, and wave 2 cannot go below wave 1. So I did put the stop loss just here. And I did actually put 2 stop losses, because I thought for a long time that was impulsive. That was impulsive, so I did put 2 stop losses just there, just at that line. And as you can see, we broke it here, and my stop loss did get trigger, and my position did get liquidated. That's the game. Okay, I'm not bullshitting you. I do real TA and I do real trading. So sometimes you will see my position get liquidated. Also, be aware that all those positions were positive over a period of time. They were nicely positive, but then that correction happened and this breakdown, and we went lower than what I expected. So now you see, now you know why my TA was wrong, and that I did pay the price for it. Because when I bullshit you, I lose money. When I tell you something that's wrong, I lose money. I'm not like other traders that are very popular, that have more than 50K followers and don't trade. They talk about the price all day long, but they never trade. And why don't they trade? Because there's no chance that they will survive ever in the market. That's why they don't trade. So they bullshit you from doing years. As long as you listen to them, they will bullshit you. They have no idea what they are talking about. Absolutely none. Okay, they know nothing about the price of Bitcoin, and they have no idea if you're going up or down. You tell me you're the same, you're losing money. It was just a small speculative position. I knew before, when I took the position, I knew that this could happen, and I knew that this position could get liquidated, and that was, and I was willing to take a risk, because I thought it was impulsive. As I told you, I thought that this here was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I was wrong, because I did think that that was wave 1 of an impulse wave. I did get pretty liquidated, but be aware look, this is not normal. It is not normal that wave 2 takes that amount of time. And because it was that extremely long, I thought it has to end sometimes. Then I saw something that was close to an impulsive wave, and I took the bet, and I was wrong. Okay, and I lost money. But that's the price to pay when you play the game. You won't be right all the time, especially not if you take speculative positions and don't do just the DCA. And even DCA is extremely cool. It's extremely nice in a bull market, but it sucks in a bear market. So to me, this is still wave 1, and we are still closing wave 2. If we go, however, below 3,585.40, then this is not even wave 1, and my TA was wrong a second time. Okay, can it happen? Yes. Do I think it will happen? No, but I could be wrong again. I don't think I will, but there's a small percentage that I'm wrong again. There's something like 10% or 5% that I would be wrong again, and that 3,585 does not hold, and that all this is still a bear market. But I don't think so. I don't think so. Here again, my mistake was thinking that now we must get an impulsive wave, and instead of getting an impulsive wave, we were still corrective and we still went down. So my mistake was thinking that we could get an impulse wave here, and we did not. And my mistake was thinking that since the bear market, since the correction lasted for now 2.62, that was more than enough for the correction, and that we should now go impulsive. And until now we are still not impulsive, because this is still corrective. And here I don't see anything impulsive for now. But it could be the case, as I told you. This could be the end of wave 5, and we could now get an impulse wave just after liquidating my position, of course. But that's the game. If you can't live with that, you should not trade. There's no trader that is right all the time. We are all wrong at a moment, and we have to live with it. And that's why we have stop losses, and that's why our position gets from time to time liquidated, because we are not right 100% of the time. This level is extremely important because of the growth chart. And we should not go below 7,577. So if you want now to take a stop loss, that would be a good level for taking a stop loss. If you want to take a speculative position. Will it hold? I don't know, but it should. If it does not, it's extremely bad news. Here we are negative. Now let's just see if we are positive or negative. Here we went negative because the green one is below the red one. Here we are not that hot anymore. So I'll give it, I think for me it's quite negative. Not 100%, but quite negative. Here we are low. Here we were positive up here, but now we are starting to touch extreme territory. So normally you don't go that close to the red line. So to me, that's negative. Here we did not hold that fib level, and now we are heading to this one, which is negative. We had the low, the high here, and now we are below that fib level, which is not so nice. Here we have next fib level, which could hold the price. We have to see. We are below that trend line, which is negative. Here we are breaking down the fibs, and I can't call that positive. It's negative too. The same thing goes here, and you had the negative sign. Every time the negative sign stops, we price drop quite sharply. Here they did. Here they did. Here they did. Here again they did. But then again, once they have dropped, we can go up. So let's say here it dropped, and let's hope that from here on it will go up. If it does not, there's something wrong, really wrong. There's no bull market, and we are all wrong. My TA and the one of a lot of other analysts, stock to flow, all that won't turn out. If price does not pick up, it's not a bull market. I'm sorry, you're still in a bear market, and right now nothing confirms the bull market, really, other than hoping that we had wave 1 and that we are still in wave 2. But that wave 2 is so extended that it's crazy. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Should not take that long. What can I say here? Normally, when you're positive, you're up the green, both the blue and the green line. And let's see what we are now. I think we are below both of them. Yes, and a lot below. So I give it a negative. Here again, we are negative. So we changed a lot from last from my last BTC market update. We've changed a lot. I'm waiting for the chart to load, and as you can see, last time I could tell you that we are positive, 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 and now I have to tell you that we are negative on a lot of charts. Finally, my chart did load, which is nice because I would like to go over all my charts for this BTC market update, and that won't be the case if I can't load some of them. So anyways, here we are now entering negative territorium, and that normally, at least we should not close down here in a bull market. And now we are entering it, so it's negative, but we are not closing for now, which leaves a little hope. Here we I should reload that chart because it is not up to date, but let's not waste any time and just move on. Here now we are below that green line, and to me that is not so hot. We should not close, we should not open and close below it. Let's see if that, for now we are not opening and closing below it, but we are at critical level. And I did not talk about the other ones. Well, I can. This one is negative, this one I don't know, this one could be positive or negative. It's now negative. Here, the first one, I can't say with certainty, but it doesn't look too hot. Here we are, I don't know. Some of my indicators, maybe I should take them off. This one, for example, does not tell me much. This one, what can I say? We are low, here we are high, but are we negative? Here we are extremely negative. So for now, we are not extremely negative, cancel, but we are quite negative on that one. And this one is negative. And the last one turned negative. So as you can see, a lot of things are turning negative. If you look at highs and lows, we are making lower highs and lower lows, which is negative. And the middle line did not hold, which is negative too. Okay, here, dollar cost averaging. So this was a moment, a perfect moment to go long. This is again a perfect moment to go long. And here we have a third time a perfect moment to go long. Is this normal? Is this normal to have 3 perfect moments to go long regarding this dollar cost averaging indicator? And no, it's not. Here you had a perfect moment to go long, and you never did get again a chance to go long at that price level. Here you had a perfect long moment to go long, and here you have a perfect moment to go long, and now you have a third perfect moment to go long. It is unseen in the history of Bitcoin. I've never seen something like that happening. Even before, you only did get here one perfect moment to go long, and then no more perfect moment to go long, because price kept on rising. Here again, one perfect moment to go long, and then no more perfect moment to go long. And now we have 3 times in a row, never seen in the history of Bitcoin. Momentum looks quite bearish, but it's not 100% bearish because we are still above 0. But it's looking much worse than last time. Here we're still positive, but we are below both the green ones. And look, normally you don't open and close below them. You never go actually below both of them. Okay, and now we are again below both of them, and we opened and could close even below both of them. Again, never seen in the history of Bitcoin, because here we never went below both of them. Once we went positive, we always kept above. Here we're in the middle, but we did not go below, never opened and closed. So it's never seen in the history of Bitcoin. For a bull market, having that is never seen in the history of Bitcoin. It's one more indicator that tells you that this bull market is different than the last. If it is a bull market, who knows, you are maybe all wrong and we go to 1K. The probability that we go to 1K is now higher than last time when I talked, because Bitcoin is not behaving as it should behave. It's not behaving as it did during its past history. Here we are negative. Now we're still positive, but we are below both of them, which is negative. First one is still positive. Second one is positive. Third one is positive. Last one is not looking horrible. Here we are negative. Here we are at a critical level. Stop inverse did get hit, which is negative. Here we have a negative sign on the first one. Second one is negative. Third one is negative. Fourth one is negative, and last one is negative. So we're all negative here. Here we're looking negative on the first one, we're looking negative on the second one, and negative on the last one. Here we're negative on the first one, and we did get a red dot, which is negative, but we are still positive with the green dots. Here we have a bearish engulfing, which is negative, of course. And here we are negative, and here we went negative too. So there's a lot of negative indications in the chart because we went extremely low. This one looks less good as last time. As you can see, we are eating the green momentum, so that's negative. We are negative on this one too. We are still positive on that one, I think, at least. Yes, we are still positive, very slightly. We are still positive here also, and the last one went negative already. We are negative on this one, still negative. It's the 3-week chart. I hope that we could, actually I have to put this one on the 3-week. Right now we're on the 1 week, but I look at it at the 3-week. I hope that we could take that stop and reverse out, but we did not for now. Here we are negative. Negative on the first one, negative second one. Third one is in the middle, not extremely negative, but low. And here percentage RC is quite low. Not the lowest we have seen, but quite low. We are negative on the first one. We are still positive on the second one. The third one is negative. And the last one is not totally low, but quite low. I will give it a neutral. Positive on the first one. Still positive on the first one. This one did not go negative, did not go positive for now. Here I have to zoom in. We are still positive for now. We're negative on that one and we're negative on the last one. We are looking less good as we were up here, but we are still looking more positive than negative. Here we are quite low, but not touching as we did here. But we are quite low. And here we're negative and here we're negative. First one is negative, second one is negative. Third one, I think it went negative. Yes, it did. Negative, yes, it did. I should change the colors. And here we are negative. Now the first one is negative and the second one is also negative. The third one is positive and the last one is still positive for now. Here we are looking less good because normally we hold the red line. I should put it in green, but I have had a long day and no time to change the colors. Anyways, normally we should keep above that line and now we are below it, which to me is negative. And here you had a negative indication. First one is not looking that hot anymore because we are below the green line. And here was perfect moment to go long. And normally, as you can see, we stay below the green line, or be higher than the green line. We don't go below it. And here was perfect moment to go long. And as you can see right now, we stay below. We stay in the blue line higher than the green line. And as you can see now, TradingView is doing I don't know what. As you can see now, we are below the green now, which is negative to me. This one is still positive, but we could be soon negative. This one is positive, and this one is red, is negative. Here we went negative. Here I think we went negative. Yes, we did. Here we are negative, and here we are negative. Negative first one, negative second one, and last one I think we are negative too. Yes, we are. The first two I can tell you, but we are quite low here, which is that hot. Here we are below the middle line, which to me is negative. It's not good if I look if I compare to the past. Here we went negative right now. Here we are negative, and here we are low, because when we go close to the green line, it's extremely low. So that's negative too. First one, I think we went negative. I have to zoom in to tell you. No, but we are very close to going negative. Here we are negative. Here I have to zoom in. Flat, neutral. Here negative, and here we went negative. I have to change the colors, but no time. Because I'm too tired to do it. First one looks still positive. I mean, the color is blue instead of being red, which is positive. Here we went negative. No, we're still positive. But the white line is below 0, which is negative, and here we're negative on the last one. We are here we are positive, here we are negative. Here we're still positive, but very lightly. Here we're negative, and the last one, I don't know, because there's no indication. We are negative on the first one, negative on the second one, negative on the third one. Before that, it was a buy, and now it's a sell, which is negative. This one I have to zoom in to tell you. Well, it's positive above, it's negative below, so we're negative. And here we're negative on the last one. We are below Ichimoku cloud, which is negative, and here we have the positive sign, which is positive, but this one is negative, and this one is still positive, but not green, which would be totally positive. Here, all this is unbelievable, and this red momentum is unbelievable. It never happened before in the history of Bitcoin. Once we went green, as we did here, we kept green. We never went back to red, at least not for that extended period of time. Maybe one candle, but not that extended period of time, which is totally negative, totally unexpected, and totally different than what we had since now. I can show you if you're interested, but as you can see, once we go positive, we stay positive. Look, here we went positive. Well, here was negative, and then here we went positive, and then we went negative. Okay, but even then, it was not that long. And once the bull market really started, we never again went negative. And last time, and the time before that, as you can see, once the negative candle stopped and we went positive, he had one negative and he had one negative. So one can happen, but never more than one. Here again, one, but not more than one. And we stayed positive until the end of the bull market. Here again, the bull market starts and we stay positive until the end of the bull market. Now, what happens now? We get the start of a bull market here, and then we go negative and we stay negative for a long period of time. Never seen before in the history of Bitcoin. And that's what makes trading so hard right now. It's that that's different. It's just different than before. And a lot of my TA expect the price to behave similarly than it did during the last two bull market. And for now, it did not. It clearly did not. So here we went negative again. We were hot up here because it's the green ones and we could start rising, but now we are quite negative. Here was the best moment to go long. So I'm not expecting us to go that low, but this is again, but it's not looking as positive as it was last time. First one is still positive, second is negative. Here we have the BitMEX founding rate, and we went negative. So we, as you can see, we were positive during that period, but now we're negative. So people now think that price will drop instead of rising, and they are betting on it to drop. People are most of the time wrong. Here we thought that we would rise and we dropped, and here they think that we will drop and we probably will rise. People are most of the time wrong. The consensus is always wrong. Most of the people, the masses are always wrong. And I was part of the masses right now since my position did get liquidated. Here we were positive and now we are negative. Here we're still positive because we have still the buy signal, but we are negative if you look at that other one. If you could add, sorry, I'm tired. If you look at safe zone, we are negative. But if you look at the chandelier, we are positive. Here we are negative. Here we have a gap. It should be filled. So that's positive. Here we are low, we are below that line, so that's negative to me. Here we're still long, which is positive. We are negative on the first one, we are negative on the second one, negative. This one is very low, negative, and here we're negative. So the charts are looking much worse than they did last time we looked at them. Now we have to wait for my chart to load. I think it will, so let's just wait. Let me take the opportunity to doing something. Because my throat is dry. And let's hope that my browser will load my chart. It can take some time. Well, just to recap, because I think it will load. So let's wait, and I would like to go over all my charts. So let's wait to see this one. But as I told you, recapping my conclusions, is that this bull market looks different. Those indicators that we look at, some of them clearly tell us that this bull market, if it's a bull market, which I hope, but if it's a bull market, it is behaving differently than it did until now. We never had that kind of action in a bull market, never. It's unseen in the history of Bitcoin. Okay, we are not lucky because my chart is not loading. Maybe I just skip this one because there's no point in waiting too long for a chart to load if it won't load. What I could try to do is save my indicator and reload it. Well, let's try that. No, I cannot even do this because I'm not in TradingView. So I have to check with my notes to see what chart it is and load it again. And that would take too much time doing it. So since it does not want to load, let's just skip this one. I have no choice but skipping it. Yeah, there's nothing else I can tell you. Because if you go back, it won't load. Ah, yes, it did. Okay, here we have a sell signal, which is negative. But here again, you had a positive signal, and I thought we would go up from here. I thought we would, but we did not. And here we're negative. Well, not negative, we're in the middle. Anyways, this one I should take it off. It doesn't help much. Here we went again in the cloud, which is negative. We managed to go above it, and I thought that now we would at least finally start a bull market, as we did here, and stay above. But what happens? We plunge into it again. Here we are breaking the last trend line. For now, we are holding it, which is positive. We did not open and close it, so it isn't broken technically speaking. It still is valid, but it is not positive being that low. Here we are below that trend line, which is negative, and this one did reject the price, which is negative. We have to manage to go above them if we want to attempt anything serious regarding a bull market. If you can't manage that, it is not a bull market at all. Here we are negative. Here we're still positive for now, but that only gives you, when this goes negative, it is time to buy hard, because then that's the best moment to buy in the history of Bitcoin. Now we're still positive, but I mean, if we go that low, I think we might get another chance to buy it extremely cheap. Here we're negative, and we are negative, and we are negative. We are negative on the first one. We are, well, it would be nice if we would be here, but we're still positive on this one. because it gets really negative if we go below this one, below that moving averages. But for now, we are still positive, but very slightly. Here we did, that was positive momentum, and now we did E through all of it. So that's negative to me. That was a moment actually to go long. It told you to go long, but we still went lower. This indicator works fine in a bull market. Every time you get the red indication to go long, it's great to go long. But here, with the price action we have now, it's not that relevant as an indicator. Here we're still positive. We are negative on that one. This one I don't know. And here we are negative. We're negative on the first one, and we are negative on the second one. Quite surprising, I think. No, it's not that surprising. Actually, this indicator is just, well, maybe I should take it off. I'm not sure that it's helping in any way or form. Maybe I should take it off. Here we're still positive. Here we did E through all of those green ones, which is not great. Here we are on the resistance support line, and let's see. We only go below it when we are in a bear market. Now we are close of going into bear market territory again. Here we are. Well, I can say if it's positive or negative. Actually, the only important thing is when it flashes red, but now it does not, so I can tell. And this one is negative, the last one. We are negative on the first one. Here I have to zoom in to tell you, but we are quite low. I have to change the colors to be sure. This is positive, this is negative. Well, this is negative. Here we are negative, and last one. Okay, again, this is an occasion to talk about something else, or the same thing over, because it's taking time. It will take time again to load. And this is annoying, but there's nothing I can do about it. Well, the most surprising thing is the duration of wave 2. Wave 2 is really long, and that is bad. I mean, I've never seen a wave 2 that extended regarding time in a bull market. Never. It's unseen in the history of Bitcoin. That's the most important thing you have to know. And the conclusion to that is that it has to stop, and it should stop now. If it does not stop now, then probably it is not a wave 2, and probably we're still in the bear market. And that would be devastating for Bitcoin. Then we should go to 1K, because it's just not normal. It's just not normal. Anyways, now that we have this chart, here we are negative on the first one. This one is holding, which is USDT supply. And as long as it holds, it is not a negative indication. You should get scared when that drops. If this drops, something is wrong. You should expect a huge drop, but for now, that's not the case. Extreme fear. So people are extremely fearful right now. And that's all. Thanks for watching. I hope you find it interesting, and I'll see you either for a market update video or for a flash intervention, one of them. And here I have one more chart, which is not loading for now, but it's not important because it's just my disclaimer, and I showed you my disclaimer at the start of the video. So let's stop the share right now because I don't want to wait for it to load. No point doing that. You have seen it at the beginning of the video. Have a nice day and see you next time. Bye-bye.